G'day, welcome to this session of Oxygen Not Included. What is it, 60, 65, 64, somewhere in there. Alright, so where we last left off, we have plenty of flooding down here that we just need to mop up. Plenty there. And remove more out of there once what we've cleaned up is gone, so it doesn't flood even lower. Yeah, someone did point out that I did have that. I don't know why I completely forgot of the existence of that. We can just turn off our water down here. The reason I set it up, though, was because I thought that there was a chance that this could get germy. But it doesn't look like it is, so I don't need that one. They can just deliver it up to the actual clean water. It doesn't need to go back through the siphoning system to get back up there. How are these guys going anyway? I can see that one's full of water, so... Oh, there we go. Moving to the second one. That's definitely, once that system stops, a long time to start again, because I think they run for like 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off? Yeah, 10 minutes on. 5 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes on, 10 minutes off. So it would mean that for water to get all the way through it, it's at least 15 minutes. That was if they'd be perfectly in sync, which they're definitely not. So, is there 5 of them? Sorry, there's 5 of them. So, at least 100. What would be the worst case scenario? If this one hit the end of its 5 minutes on as that one came off. It's either, actually, or did I set them up? I think I set them up so that they are sort of operating 5 minutes off each other. I think. Or was it that they meant to hit as soon as he opens, then this guy's meant to be closed until... I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I mean, like, it'll be like 3 episodes of time from when this activates until a point where this will start filling with more water. So it certainly is a long haul thing to get done. Alright. So, what else were we looking at? Pump, yes, thank you for those that reminded me. Set up the pump under the metal refinery. So back up here, the water isn't too hot, so it seems like I shouldn't need too much. There is some polluted water in here, and that sort of makes me hesitant about pumping that straight into here. Now, the thing I don't know, and I might have said this before, produces clean water from polluted water and sand. So, but what happens if clean water goes into it? Does that just mean that it's just clean water that gets made? Oh, sorry, it just passes straight through, or does it actually damage the sieve? I mean, in theory, it shouldn't damage the sieve, but in practice, good. Because there is dirty water in here, I definitely don't want this water just going straight into my clean water. But it also means that there's going to be a large amount of clean water in here, which I have no issues with that operating through the sieve as long as it doesn't damage the sieve. But I don't know how I'd find that out. Imagine anything here is going to say does or not. It's alright. Let's just concede and say that's the way we're going to set it up. So much water down here too, though. Even on this side and over here. Just someone who's trying to, like, grab all the water I can. Should I actually extend this out? Try and hook it underneath the water that I've got here. I mean, this water down here is just really like a one-time thing. But all of this could melt. And you can see it is melting. So, I mean, there is fluid that's going to be in that section. How if we dig through here first? This part I won't worry about. What I'll do is I will dig build that along there. I'm going to build that without this water sort of flowing through already. And I suppose what I could do is build this up like that. And deconstruct that stuff. If we build this up with that wall there, then I can build this floor here. That'll raise this stuff up into this room. And then if I cut through here, that water will just flow into that area as well. I just need this part of the room built first. Go on to... I'll just cancel that one, just in case that causes a problem. Cancel that build too. Recommendation of having a Pacu feeder. Where would I get that from? What is this, a station? No, definitely not a station. Food. Are they be considered fish feeder? So I build this above a body of water for the fish below. I could probably put it over there. Let's look into that, see if that's what we need. Again, I would like more water in here, although I'm about to solve that anyway with this business. All right, so now what we do is, because we've been able to get that right, we can now build that floor in, which will raise up that water. We also have this stuff down here too. I mean, he's just got no power consumes because this guy's not running. So he's saying he's not running because he's got no power. Let's double check if I've cut something there. I have. Right there. The dangers of just saying, yeah, just get rid of everything in that square. Probably get out of that hole, May. Alright, there we go. So that water's now in that room too. We can then say, dig out that. And we want to sort of work on an angle of this way. Till we reach the edge of this, which is about there. They're going to need to be able to walk up it. Let's cancel the... like that. Now this means that we will have like freezing water sort of melting into this area with my already cold water that potentially could get hotter. That could be sort of like a nice natural way of keeping this water cooler. Alright, what it means too is that we can put a pump down here, but we will have to work out a way to have that pump sort of automated too, so that it's going to work properly. Okay, so in here, cool. I called them, did I say Pacu or Piku? Now, algae is probably going to be my best one. I haven't used algae in a while. Mealwood seeds, though. Is that fine? Is there any objection to what I use for these guys? Because I have more mealwood seeds than anything else in the world, right? Only 2,000. Or is that a lot? We've got 10 tons of algae, so, no. Are you selected? Pacu, alright. Let's just give you some algae. And let's go. Back to food. It's a fish feeder. Want a fish release. In there. And then I guess we want a fish trap. We will put in here. Dig out that wall. Another lively bunch of Pacu anywhere. Seems to still be operating away fine. A lot of natural gas in that now, though. That's just getting... It's just not getting into this room anymore. That's fine. I guess we can just fill the corridors with natural gas, and then we can address all of this and by moving a gas pump somewhere else once we can see where the most advantageous place to put it will be. I mean, we could even try cutting a hole through here that ends up in this room, so that this is where the natural gas moves to. Tropical Pacu. There we got one. Okay, so what's my order here? Oh, they just grab him? Alright, since the, I guess since there was now a spot where I could release Pacu, I guess that was the move. I don't think that there are any others that are very available access. We'll just start with two. There's a tropical one. Old tropical one. Let's see how we go farming Pacu. Good luck, buddy. He just can't reach his food at this stage. So let's think about we do a quick. I mean, actually, what we could possibly do as a quick solve is try and get this pump to here, and then just pump this water through. Though, did I get rid of the plumbing for that? I did. So, I mean, even though he's sort of like powered and ready to go, it would be as easy to sort of set up somewhere completely different to pump stuff across. Let's go for this one. So let's just build a ladder down a little bit. We will build a fish trap for this guy. Guess I've grabbed that one. He's in there. Actually, we can probably build a ladder all the way down to the bottom here because we're going to grab this water. Let's get that liquid pump down there. Just sort of... I don't want it running into that, do I? So I guess what we want to do is just run into this one. And then we've got to work out where to get the plumbing for this connected. Is that our dirty water? Beautiful. They're not even a difficult one, that one. We can probably say we can deconstruct that. Okay, now what we want to do too, since this has been operating for a while, is... Rowan, did you just wake up? Great, can you just move into this room for me? And... actually, let's just open that door. Slot a little bit. I can't imagine that that much actually fluid would be a problem for this much space. Okay, so we can probably now say to auto that again. And then we can ask people to mop up liquid everywhere. It does seem like it's still going to be an issue as long as this water's dripping down. There's going to be more and more ending up on the floor there. May's cracking along with her athletics. Yeah, looking good, Camille. And nails. What did I say, 10? There we go. So we finally got this operating again. And we can ask to move all of that. So no more are going to appear on that top level. We can ask all these ones to get put in all of those. Now, how are we doing with our pump and electricity? We do need that fish trap getting done. Oh, those are costing me plastic too. And luckily we've got a fair bit these days. And that should be lasting for a while as well. I did also read the suggestion again that I should revert or go back to looking at infinite storage as a setup. Now, if I was doing infinite storage, that would have to be somewhere central to my base. So I think that probably the candidate would be here. Now, as far as I understand, this is what it was insulated tiles in a U shape, but is it that one comment was the comment was that it should have 2 automatic dispensers and then possibly two automatic dispensers on top of that. But would that mean that the shape is, and then 3 deep? So would that mean that the shape is like it's too wide, so there's 6 squares on the inside, or is it just 3 squares on the inside? That was the thing that I wasn't clear about. And what I want to do as well in this part here, there's definitely a lot in this section here that can be revamped. We've got the got all this stuff to get rid of. We've only got a few sort of plants that we might not even need anymore because of how many extra we've built here. The comment as well was that these guys don't actually need water, so these guys don't really need the hydroponic. So the question then is, should I be building some other fruit? Like, I realize that mealwood is probably the easy thing to make, but should I be making something else instead that they'll enjoy eating more and after having eaten mealwood for a year and 100 days? Don't care for the drecklets. Don't really want to murder our plants. She's nice and athletic. Not creative. Good food. Cannot do doctoring. I don't think we want anyone. What we can do here as well, actually, is we can just build this ladder across. That should let them clear out all of that dirt finally. Great. So we can see that he is pumping away. And we did catch the Pacu in there as well. Be 3 guys in here. We just need to get that high enough to look after that. So that feels like this is going to have to stay relatively full in order for that to continue to be used. What I assume the whole thing can't just be underwater. So let's deconstruct it. And we'll revisit the position of this. So we'll let me go that low, but I don't know if that's going to be a problem for the fish themselves. Would be that level that I'd like it at. Let's go for a ladder, and we'll build a ladder there. We'll then deconstruct buildings, because there's a lot of crap back here, so we won't go for anything else. Get rid of all of that. And then we'll put our fish feeder here. We'll up the priority on that guy. Thank you, Stinky. I realize that this is now falling onto that to fall through. It doesn't much matter, but... Okay, and then we can say... algae for Pacus, and... algae for Pacus. What a burn of, like, oxyfern seeds that you'd be going for if you had that many to spare. Then hopefully this gets it. Why are you constantly without power? What is your power issue? Is that... am I overcharging on this thing? Yes. So maybe what we're better off doing is just chucking a wire bridge in here. But we'll deconstruct that, and we'll put some major priority on that just so that's gone before this connection's put in. Thank you to those doing the busy work of moving all this water. There's plenty of it around. Okay, so this is for the most part done. We can cancel that square. And yeah, let's cut all the way across that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it a nice straight line to it. I don't really want to dig out the ice. I want the ice to melt, ideally. They just can't hop over there, I guess, is the current problem. I mean, that ice will just melt eventually, because it's going to be sitting in the water anyway. So we can deconstruct this bridge, the ladder for now. Not a big deal to me that that's overheating. It's an interesting sort of looking action there, that dripping down. It's got him pumping a bit better now. And hopefully means that this will be accessible to these guys soon enough. That water is quite warm. But I mean, if this guy starts pumping, that'll definitely offset that. Let's start to set up what we want going on in here. So, I'm going to have a liquid pump sit here. Sorry, I realize I've also, in that deleting spree I did there, I also removed that. Okay, so we want... So we wait for that. We go... Now, conductive wire. We'll just attach a bit more to there. And then we need our insulated plumbing. Gonna have to build a second way across, I guess, because what is in there? Chlorine and hydrogen. And in there we got hydrogen too. So I guess what we want to do is just sort of block this off so that not too much of that hydrogen comes through. Gonna be our best way of doing that. This section down here isn't needed anymore, so we can go... Doesn't like that part. We can put the order to just dig out all that for now. We'll work on this bottom corner once that's all clear. They still haven't moved anywhere, and they're hungry. Feels like it's a race against time to get them their food. This is getting hotter too. Let's put one of these guys. In fact, let's just rip up one of these guys. Root him. In his place, we'll put what seed? And maybe we'll do the same here. What are you doing there, buddy? Did you go through the sieve? There's no way I can collect you or anything. I can just dispose of you. And maybe this guy. Looking happy there. Yeah, that's sort of lowering it already. These guys are starting to grow again, which is good. So is it a problem that this is too close to the pump? Maybe let's uproot that. And then we'll deconstruct the farm. Because what am I getting from that? That's fiber. 75 units. But I'm going to have that other one still operating next to him. What we'll do is we'll build a ladder straight up there. And then we'll build this guy here. Because it'll also keep him on the other side to where the pump is. Okay, so that's all done. So let's put in the order to dig and dig. That's gotten rid of whatever else was behind it, so we can say build, build, build. And with the new space, we will put a fire pole down. As well as our liquid. It's gonna have to hop in and out of this one a couple of times. Alright, so we just want to go straight across then. Alright, good. I might just leave that one in there for now as well. We'll see how we go with the two varying heights in the water. I can't imagine that's going to have an issue if it's completely submerged. And I mean, the dupes aren't going to have an issue going in there if it's completely submerged because they're in suits anyway. Look at this room, finally. Love that's the way that you're now doing that. Okay, so this space here is going to be for my infinite storage. 3 tiles deep, automatic dispensers on top. But my question is it 3 tiles by 2 tiles, or is it 3 tiles by 1? And what I might do is push this up 1 floor. If it's an automatic dispenser, which I assume is in here. Automatic dispenser. That's going to be too high anyway, so as in 2 squares high, not 2 as in 2 TOO. So it's going to need that and then 3 squares below it. So as long as I make the floor insulated and then go up 3, I've still got room for 1 more space at the top without even having to move this up. But what I might do is relocate the apothecary. Maybe just up here. Probably do now. Copy. Pop them there. And then we can just do a order deconstruct the first few of these, because I imagine that it might be... Nope, they can do it from the ground. Cool, so we can just ask them to deconstruct all of them in one go. We can ask them to deconstruct that too. It's not being used, so there's no urgent need to keep that around until the new one's built. So the automatic thing is currently disconnected. When did that happen? I didn't just do that, did I? Or is that one? Wait, why was... No, that's important too. Yeah, I don't know when I did that. And not that that one's red anyway. So as is my understanding, it is... Well, firstly what I'll do is I will build an insulated tiles along the floor. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We will enjoy whatever comes of this blueprint. Some ice, some shovel vault eggs, definitely no. Let's just take some ice. Still plenty of water to be moved there. As is my understanding, this is that's the way I interpreted the shape that it should be. Let me know if that's wrong, if it actually should just be 2, because I'm going to sort of call this one now before that's finished being built. I'll obviously have to have a ladder up the side of it too. I think it was mentioned, yeah, possibly have the 2 automatic dispensers followed by 2 even on top of those. And if that was the case, then I can still do that by just shifting this room here, getting rid of that, and then moving the rest of it up 1 square. But next game, let's get that infinite storage built. Any other comments as well, let me know. The other big question I suppose I have is, it's really weird the way that that's bouncing around because it's all ricocheting off the top there. What happens when clean water goes through a water sieve? I mean, I assume that a fish just went through the water sieve and he ended up out the other side without this being damaged, so I assume it should be okay. But yeah, until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.